All right, so this is going to be our notes for this upcoming week, and it will be solving systems. Remember, a system is a set of relationships, one or more relationships, two or more, excuse me, that you solve at the same time. You find the point or pair of numbers that works in both, or if there's more than two, all of them. We're not going to do more than two at this moment. So last week we talked about ways to solve systems using a graph or guessing and plugging numbers in and seeing if it worked. Today we're going to talk about an algebraic way to find them more efficiently than that, and it is called substitution. There's more than one way to solve them. We'll talk about the other way next week. But first we have to remember that substituting in math means to replace. So if we're going to substitute something, we replace it. Now, these are the steps to solve by substitution. We're going to talk about them while we do our examples in the next slide, so we're not going to write them down now. They're in your notes, in your little book that Mr. Paspa and I gave you at the beginning of the year. So let's do a first example. So again, these notes, the steps to do each one, are at the top. Now, solving by substitution, the first thing you always do is solve for x or y. And in these examples on this page, that's already done for you. Okay, so before we ever start, the first thing I like to do, oops, I'm on my highlighter, is to write my two equations down. It does not matter which equation we write down on which side. This is called a T-chart because it looks like a little capital or lowercase t, but it's just a way to organize your work, and it's a really nice way to do that. So if you notice, in this second equation, that first step where it says solve for x or y is done. X equals 4. It's already solved. You know what x equals. X is 4. So over here, in this system, we know that x is the same for both relationships. So we're going to go over here and substitute that in. We're going to replace. So y equals 3, and now we're not leaving the x, we're replacing or substituting for the x. So we're changing the x, we're taking out the x and replacing it with the answer we know it has. The answer for x is 4. So put it in. Then when we solve, using just our algebra, well, 4 times 3 is 12, minus 10, we get 2. So now we know our answer for x, and we know our answer for y. So we know the solution to the system, or where the lines cross, the point that both lines have in common, is 4 for x and 2 for y. Now, you can always double check your answer no matter what by substituting back into the equation. So I'm just going to check over to the side here. Sorry, my handwriting is terrible. If I put it into the first equation, oops, we already know, we think that y is equal to 2. So I'm going to put y in as 2. This is just like we did with guess and check, right? This is just the check part. We don't have to guess. We have figured it out. 4 for x, and then we minus 10. I put plus, sorry, that's a bad thing. Minus 10. Well, now we've got 2 equals 12 minus 10. Well, 2 does equal 12 minus 10. That is 2. That's correct. We did this right. There is no reason these ones should ever be wrong because you can always substitute back in. Now, you should substitute in both equations, right? I stressed that in the last video, so let's substitute in here. We're going to change our x to a 4. That's what we said x was. And the other side, the right-hand side, is 4. So I changed this x to a 4 because that's what it said x was. And look, 4 does equal 4. It worked in that equation too. So in the next one, I'm going to put it down. It doesn't matter which equation you put on the left and which one puts on the right. It's purely organizational. It doesn't matter. But in this one, again, this first step is already done. We have what y equals. We know what y equals. So over here, where we see a y, we can put in the 11. We know y equals 11. So that's the second step. Substitute into the other equation. So we're going to replace our y with an 11. We're substituting, replacing y with 11. So now we just do our algebra. How do we solve this equation? We subtract 11 on both sides. We get negative 2. So you get x equals negative 1. So we're going to put that in, negative 1, comma, 11, because we know x is negative 1 and we know y is 11. If you want to check, you put them into both equations. I know y is 11, so I'm going to put y in right here. So I get 11 equals 11. Well, that's true. And then I put it in here. So I'm going to put y is 11 plus 2 times negative 1 equals 9. Is that true? Is 11 plus negative 2 9? Why, yes, it is. So you should always know if your answer is right before you ever write it down. I like to do that. Now, here we go. These are a little bit different. One equation is solved for x or y. Notice this. It says what y equals. It just doesn't say the number y equals, but y equals 6 minus 2x. So it doesn't matter. We're going to, oopsie, still on the highlighter. Undo. Pen. Okay, so it doesn't matter which side we write this on. I'm going to write this one on this side. And this other equation, the y equals equation that we already know, 6, oops, the 6 didn't want to write the whole piece, minus 2x. I don't know why it doesn't want to write the top half of my numbers. All right. So now, I know that y equals 6. So over here where I see y, I'm going to replace the y with what y equals. So y equals this whole expression, 6 minus 2x. I'm going to go over here and find the y, and I'm going to replace that whole expression. Replace means take out the y and replace it with the expression 6 minus 2x. Copy everything else down. And then do algebra. So, first thing we do, distribute the 4. 24 minus 8x, that doesn't look like a 4, let's do that, minus 3x equals 2. Now, I'm going to combine my like terms, so 24 minus 11x, because negative 8 minus 3 is negative 11, equals 2. I'm going to subtract 24 from both sides. Sorry, my laser pointer got picked for somehow. So those cancel. I get negative 11x. Don't forget to bring that negative down with your 11. Equals negative 22. Divide both sides by negative 11. Negative divided by a negative as a positive. So I get 2. So now I know one of my answers. My first answer is that x equals 2. Now, I don't know what y equals yet as a number, but I can, so I substituted, I solved the equation. Now we have to go back into our other equation. We didn't have to do this on the last one. We're going to go back into my other equation. I'm going to say, all right, I've got y equals 6 minus 2, and hey, I know x is 2. So I'm going to put x is 2 right into my equation. And there you have it. So we just have to do the math and actually figure out what x equals as a number, and then we're good. So y equals 6 minus, you have to do PEMDAS, right? You have to do order of operation, 2 times 2 first, 4. Okay, 6 minus 4. Well, 6 minus 4 is 2. Hey, they're both 2. So now I know x is 2 and y is 2. Together, they make a point where those two lines cross, the point that is in common to both lines. If you would like, you can check in your equation. You should always do that. If you put in 2 here, you get 8. If you put 2 here, you get 6. Is 8 minus 6 2? Why, yes, it is. If you put 2 here, okay, that's just 2. If you put 2 here, you get 4. Is 6 minus 4 the 2 that this side is? Why, yes, it is. Always double check your equation. Now, I don't always double check it by writing it out like I did on the back page. Sometimes I do it just looking at the equation, subbing in, and doing the quick mental math. But it does work. Over here. Now, it looks like that first one isn't done for us. Solve one equation for x or y, right? This doesn't look like x equals. That doesn't look like y equals. Neither one does. So, but it's a trick. If you look on this side, do you see that x equals, reading it backwards, 4y minus 3? So I'm going to write this one down here, but I'm going to write it this way. You don't have to do this, but I think it's easier to see. If I switch it around, you do see that it's x equals 4 minus 3, and this one I'm just copying. Okay, that's the first equation that I copied. It doesn't matter which side which equation is. It really doesn't. So I know that x is equal to that 4y minus 3. X is equal to that parentheses, that expression. So over here where I see x, I'm going to take it and I'm going to substitute in that value I know x equals. So what does that look like? I get 2y minus 3, and then my x I'm taking out and substituting. I'm replacing the x with y minus 3. I'm going to bleed into my other thing. Notice that x is gone because I replaced it. I substituted. I changed what x was to something I knew it was. So now I just have to do my math. So we have to distribute first. We have to distribute a -3, so be careful with your signs. So you get 2y, I'm just copying. -3 times -4y is 12y. And -3 times -3 is +9 equals 1. All right, so now I combine like terms. 2y minus 12y is -10y plus 9 equals 1. So when I subtract 9 from both sides, I'm getting -8 on that side and -10y on this side. So when I divide both sides by -10, I get a positive number, and it's a fraction. It's okay, or a decimal. You get 0.4 or 4/5, excuse me, 4/5. But I know my y equals, and if you can't read it, it says 4/5 down there. If I get -8 divided by -10, that's positive 4/5. So now I know one of the answers. I know the y is 0.8 or 4/5, either one. In GMM, they didn't used to accept decimals, but they might be now. So you can try it. But if they say use fractions, change it to 4/5. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and replace what I know y equals. Y is equal to 4/5, right? Y is equal to 4/5. So right here where I see that, I'm going to substitute into the other equation to get the value of the other variable. It honestly doesn't matter if you substitute in which equation you substitute into. What matters is that there's no room on the left-hand side anymore, so I just like to substitute in here. So x equals, and then 4, and now I'm going to replace the y with what I know y equals. It's 4/5 or 0.8. You can use 0.8. And then -3, I'm just copying. Okay, now I just have to do math. Now, remember that's like 4/1, so I get 16/5, or 5 and 1/5, or excuse me, 3 and 1/5, -3. So, if you do that in your calculator, you're going to get 0.2. So you're going to get 3 and 1/5. I'm switching it to mixed numbers, -3, because I see that 3 and 1/5 -3 is just 1/5. So, you can check that yourself in the equation using your calculator maybe, but you can also call that 0.2. But now our answer then, when we put it all together, remember x comes first in a coordinate pair and a point, and 4/5 is the second. If you want to write it 0.2, 0.8, that's okay for me and for our worksheet, and it's okay as long as they're exact answers. Do not round. 1/3, you cannot put as 0.3. Don't do that. It's not exact. 0.3 is 3/10. 1/3, 0.3 repeating is 1/3. They're different. Okay. Now, you'll notice that I changed the answers over here. This should be a 19. I missed it. We're going to do example number 6 first. You're going to have to cross it out. I changed it. So it's a little different. It kind of weirds people out. There's definitely a couple like this. I think number 7 and 8 are like this on your worksheet. It always kind of weirds people out. So it doesn't matter which one you put on the left, which one you put on the right, but I'm going to do it this way. But notice that they're both y equals. So you don't need to do this up here that it says for this one, but we're going to have to do it for the other one. And since I changed it, it did apply, but I decided to change it here so that you had an example. Now, I know, for instance, that y equals 7x plus 4, rather. So I'm going to go over here and find my y, and I'm going to replace it with what I know y equals. So y equals this whole quantity. So over here, I'm going to replace the y with what I know y equals. So I get, on this one, y, I'm replacing that with 7x plus 4. I'm going to say the wrong thing apparently. And then I'm copying the rest down. Equals 2x plus 19. So I changed this y into what I know y equals. The expression, I don't know the number y equals, but I know the expression y equals. Now it's just an algebra equation, just like you know how to solve. You guys were really good at that on that assignment that I saw. So now subtract 2x from both sides. You get 5x plus 4 equals 19, and I see that I didn't copy my 1 down, so if you copied me, do that. And I need it there then too, because luckily I noticed it right away. Okay, so I subtract 4, so I get 5x equals 15, so if I divide both sides, I get 3. It's okay to skip like that, I think. So now I know what x equals. I've solved that equation. I solved one for x or y. That was already done. I substitute it into the other equation. I solved the equation. And now I'm going to substitute into either equation. I'm going to substitute in over here because there's room. There's not room here. There's room here. I'm doing it there. So I'm going to take the x that I know and I'm going to put it in. I'm going to replace, I'm going to substitute x over here. So here's where I see x. I know it's 3. I'm changing it to a 3. I'm replacing the x with the 3 that I know it is. So if I do my math, 21 plus 4, y is equal to 25. So now I have a nice solution, 3 comma 25. I did check it. If you want to check it in both equations, remember you have to work in both. That's really important that you check it in both. But it does, in fact, work. So now let's do this one over here. It does not have that first step done for us. It's not going to let me erase these circles. Okay, so up here, this first step right here, not done. One of these is not solved for x or y. So let me write these down. I'm going to scooch this over a little bit because I know that I'm apt to run out of space. Y plus 2x. It does not matter which one's on which side. And I didn't write an equals. I wrote a plus. Let's change that to an equal sign. Now, notice right here, that's a 3y. Notice right there, that's a negative 2x. Notice right there, that's a 2x. But this one right here, it's just y. So it would really be easy to change this problem into just y equals. Sometimes there's just an x, and it's really easy to change it into just an x equals. So I'm going to do this, make the y get all by itself. I'm going to solve this for a y by subtracting 2x from both sides. So this is like number 9 in your homework. I think it's number 9. Don't quote me. I'm pretty sure, though. Now I have y is equal to 9 minus 2x. I have that y equals. Now I can come over here and I can say, I know what y equals. I don't know the number y equals, but I know that y equals this expression. So over here, I'm going to replace the y, substitute the y for 9 minus 2x because that's what y is. It's 9 minus 2x. So I substituted in. Now it's just math. Okay, if I distribute, that's 27 minus 6x minus 2x I'm copying down equals 11. Now just math, just algebra. Combine like terms, negative 6x minus 2x is negative 8. Subtract from both sides. I get negative 8x equals negative 16. Divide. I get positive 2 because negative divided by negative is positive. Now I got x equals. I'm done, right? I've got y equals and x equals. Do I know what y equals as a number? Well, no. So I solved that equation. I substituted in. I solved the equation and I got x equals. But now I have to go back and substitute into this guy over here, this one, and get what y equals. Actually, you could solve it in either one, but there's space here and there's not space here. So I'm going to put this x equals. I know that x is 2, so I'm going to substitute that x. I'm going to replace it or substitute it and make it a 2. So y equals 9 minus 4. Hey, y is equal to 5. Now I've got both of them. I have x equals a number and y equals a number. The idea is you get x as a number and y as a number. You have to get both numbers. So 2 comma 5.